Hello, boys and girls. Mrs. Greenaway again. Continuing with our story, the Super Chef contest that we started last time. Remember, Cousin Trap came to visit Geronimo and wants his help as an assistant in the upcoming Super Chef contest in Gourmetville, I believe. And that contest determines who the best chef is, the best cook on Mouse Island is. And we got to see Trap's huge super camper, and we got to look at the different rooms in the super camper. You can see there. And today we're going to pick up with the next chapter, Welcome to Gourmetville. And this seems like kind of a long one, so I may only be able to get through this chapter. So remember, Geronimo was kind of hesitant on joining Trap on this little adventure. He was hoping that he wouldn't have to be the assistant, but Trap had asked all these people, all these other mice people, to be his assistant, and they all refused. So Geronimo's kind of stuck. So welcome to Gourmetville. Okay. Trap hopped in the driver's seat and drove off in a flash, tires squealing, and then he began to sing. The amazing Trap Stilton is on his way to cook the best dishes of the day. He'll slice them and dice them, he'll fry them and ice them, and when he wins, we'll shout, hooray! Trap wouldn't stop chattering as we drove. Don't worry, cousin, he bragged. This contest will be a walk in the park. The great golden fork is already mine, and do you know why? Because I'm the best, I'm prepared. I studied the rules of the contest. Listen. Rules of the Super Chef contest. The contest takes place every year in Count Ludwig von Cheddar's ancient castle in Gourmetville in the region of cheese and honey. Count von Cheddar was a true gourmand who was passionate about cooking until he died many years ago from indigestion. The contest is his legacy. Every rodent on Mouse Island is eligible to enter the contest. The contest lasts 7 days. The first 6 days are elimination rounds. On the evening of the 6th day, the top 7 participants will be selected to compete in the final competition on the 7th day. The winner will receive the Great Golden Fork Trophy, which he or she will retain until the following year's contest. In addition, the winner will receive a certificate that verifies him as Mouse Island's Super Chef of the Year. May the best mouse win. I listened to him carefully. Moldy mozzarella. The Super Chef contest lasted for 7 days, an entire week. Yikes, poor me. This meant that I would be required to assist my cousin for 7 whole days, which meant that I would have to taste yucky mush nonstop for 7 whole days. I became nauseated just thinking about it. Between that and the bumpy ride in the super camper, I was beginning to worry I might toss my cheese. Luckily, a moment later, I saw a sign that said, Welcome to Gourmetville. Now, this is a map of Mouse Island, and you can see Trap's super camper is right here. Gourmetville is not too far, and then Count Ludwig's castle is right there. And cheese and honey region. The cheese and honey region is kind of pointing to this area here. And we have, let's see. See all the different islands that are labeled. There's a cheese right there. Catskill Bay. That's a little map there. Okay. And then this is Gourmetville. The little town. That must be the Count's castle up there. We had arrived in Gourmetville, the capital of Mouse Island, cheese and honey region, which is famous for producing the best food on the island. The cheeses in this city are the most delicious. The fruit is the tastiest, and the recipes are the most interesting. I looked around. Many of Gourmetville's ancient buildings were decorated with elaborate plaster, like frosted birthday cakes. These streets had gourmet names. Frittata Alley, Cheesecake Lane, Sweet and Salty Street, Lasagna Way. The list went on and on. Street signs pointed the way to the Mauseum of Taste and the Mauseum of Cheeses. And there were so many places to eat. All around me were restaurants, cafes, pizzerias, grocery stores, delis, ice cream shops, bakeries, butchers, and candy stores. On the main street, I spotted the offices of the local newspaper, the Gourmand Press. The editors only publish recipes, results of cooking competitions, and restaurant reviews. The streets were clogged with tourists, journalists, and chefs who had come to Gourmetville to attend the event of the year. Trapp turned down a narrow street that led to a small hill in the area that surrounded the city. The super camper climbed up the hill toward the castle, perched on the steep rocks overlooking Gourmetville. It was Count von Cheddar's castle. There was a huge banner hanging over the front door, the Super Chef Contest. The line of chefs waiting to enter the castle snaked out the door and around the building not once but twice. And we can see the different chefs. I'm going to win. There's Geronimo. So many chefs. What an event. What an exciting challenge. I can't wait. It's the contest of the year. Maybe we'll read some of this next chapter. Fried snail pie with oyster sauce. We got out of the camper, and Trapp pulled out his mysterious locked red metal trunk. A sign on the trunk read, "Pause off." I wondered what was inside. But there wasn't time to ask him about it because he was already jostling to get into line. While we waited in line, I raised my eyes toward the castle and shivered. Dim lights shone from the highest window, giving the castle a very spooky air. I remembered some local legends I had heard. It said that the ghost of Count von Cheddar still prowls the castle at night, complaining about his indigestion. But I didn't have time to think about it because there were lots of journalists hanging around the castle, and suddenly one recognized me. "Aren't you Geronimo Stilton?" he asked, "editor of the Rodents Gazette? Are you publishing a special report on the contest?" "Yes, I'm Geronimo Stilton," I admitted, but before I could explain that I wasn't there as a reporter, Trapp plugged my mouth with a piece of fried snail pie with oyster sauce. "Don't get distracted," Trapp hissed as he tweaked my ear. "So how would you rate this recipe on a scale of 1 to 10? Ouch, and blech, the pie was disgusting. "It's horrendous," I squeaked. "I'd give it a 3.5, and that's being generous." There's the reporter. But instead of being discouraged, Trapp just continued to shove dishes into my mouth. First course. A dark chocolate dumpling stuffed with pickles and dipped in strawberry sauce. Ugh. Second course, a goat cheese tart with spicy orange glaze. Ugh. Third course, beans and rice with chopped cherries and mayonnaise. Gross. Trapp pinched my other ear. "So," he asked, "on a scale of 1 to 10, what do you think? 8? 9? Or maybe 10? "I'll give you a -1, I squeaked, gagging. All of those dishes were just awful. Trapp leaned over and tweaked my tail. "All right, cuz," he said, undeterred. "That means I'll try again. I'll make you taste many, many more dishes until they are perfect, okay?" I groaned. I felt sick to my stomach just thinking about tasting many, many more dishes. I considered ducking out of the line and trying to escape, but I suddenly realized that we were already in the castle and at the front of the line. A bored-looking official was questioning Trapp. "First name?" the official asked. Stifling a yawn. "Last name, address, cooking experience?" Naturally, Trapp began to brag about himself. "I am Trapp Stilton, the best cook on Mouse Island. I'm a real expert. I mean, I understand food, you know. I'm the next winner of the Super Chef contest. Just wait and see." The official snorted. "That's what they all say," he grumbled. "If you really are the best, we'll all know soon enough. In the meantime, sign here." He handed a sheet of paper to Trapp, then assigned him a name tag in the form of a chef's hat that said, "Contestant Chef Number 117. The official interviewed me next. Then he pinned a name tag on my chest that read, Contestant chef numbers 117's assistant. Trap grabbed a marker and crossed out assistant and wrote victim. Then he changed his mind and crossed it out again, writing taster instead. A moment later, a mouse with a megaphone made an announcement. He cleared his throat. Attention, contestants. Tonight, you and your assistants will sleep in the rooms you have been assigned. The contest will begin tomorrow at 9 a.m. sharp in the castle's kitchen. With a sigh, I followed Trap down a dark, dismal corridor toward the room we were assigned to share. Torches on the walls cast super spooky shadows. I shuddered with fright. Who knew if the ghost of Count von Cheddar would appear that night? Yikes. I noted that Trap also seemed to be in a hurry to get to our room. How strange. He ran through the corridor, dragging the large metal trunk behind him. How very strange. Come to think of it, I was surprised he hadn't made me drag his trunk for him. How very, very strange. Okay, we're going to stop there. Cobwebs, vintage cheddar, and ancient stains. But I do want to show you a picture that I passed up. So here is all of the chefs that are in the contest marching up to the castle steps. You can see the signs. Super Chef, who will win? Super Chef contest. And here's Cousin Trap's camper parked there. And wonder what he has in that red trunk. Guess we'll find out next time. All right, boys and girls, have a nice week. I'll see you again next week for the next few chapters. And I hope you're enjoying the story. I miss you a lot. Bye.